Chapter 1 of The Frozen Deep. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Diana Majlinger. The Frozen Deep by Wilkie Collins. First Scene. The Ballroom. Chapter 1. The date is between 20 and 30 years ago. The place is an English seaport. The time is night, and the business of the moment is dancing. The mayor and corporation of the town are giving a grand ball in celebration of the departure of an Arctic expedition from their port. The ships of the expedition are two in number, the Wanderer and the Sea-Mew. They are to sail, in search of the Northwest Passage, on the next day, with the morning tide. Honor to the mayor and corporation! It is a brilliant ball. The band is complete, the room is spacious. The large conservatory opening out of it is pleasantly lighted with Chinese lanterns, and beautifully decorated with shrubs and flowers. All officers of the army and navy who are present wear their uniforms in honor of the occasion. Among the ladies, the display of dresses, the subject which the men don't understand, is bewildering, and the average of beauty, a subject which the men do understand, is the highest average attainable in all parts of the room. For the moment, the dance which is in progress is a quadrille. General admiration selects two of the ladies who are dancing as its favorite objects. One is a dark beauty in the prime of womanhood, the wife of the first Lieutenant Crayford, of the Wanderer. The other is a young girl, pale and delicate, dressed simply in white, with no ornament on her head but her own lovely brown hair. This is Miss Clara Burnham, an orphan. She is Mrs. Crayford's dearest friend, and she is to stay with Mrs. Crayford during the lieutenant's absence in the Arctic regions. She is now dancing, with the lieutenant himself for partner, and with Mrs. Crayford and Captain Helding, commanding officer of the Wanderer, for a vis-a-vis, in plain English, for opposite couple. The conversation between Captain Helding and Mrs. Crayford, in one of the intervals of the dance, turns on Miss Burnham. The captain is greatly interested in Clara. He admires her beauty, but he thinks her manner, for a young girl, strangely serious and subdued. Is she in delicate health? Mrs. Crayford shakes her head, sighs mysteriously, and answers, "In very delicate health, Captain Helding." "Consumptive?" "Not in the least." "I am glad to hear that. She is a charming creature, Mrs. Crayford. She interests me indescribably. If I was only 20 years younger—" Perhaps, as I am not 20 years younger, I had not better finish the sentence? Is it indiscreet, my dear lady, to inquire what is the matter with her?" "It might be indiscreet, on the part of a stranger," said Mrs. Crayford. "An old friend like you may make any inquiries. I wish I could tell you what is the matter with Clara. It is a mystery to the doctors themselves. Some of the mischief is due, in my humble opinion, to the manner in which she has been brought up." "Ay, a bad school, I suppose?" "Very bad, Captain Helding, but not the sort of schools which you have in your mind, at this moment. Clara's early years were spent in a lonely old house in the Highlands of Scotland. The ignorant people about her were the people who did the mischief which I have just been speaking of. They filled her mind with the superstitions which are still respected as truths in the wild North, especially the superstition called the second sight." "God bless me!" cried the captain. "You don't mean to say she believes in such stuff as that? In these enlightened times, too?" Mrs. Crayford looked at her partner with a satirical smile. "In these enlightened times, Captain Helding, we only believe in dancing tables, and in messages sent from the other world by spirits who can't spell. By comparison with such superstitions as these, even the second sight has something, in the shape of poetry, to recommend it, surely. Estimate for yourself," she continued seriously, "the effect of such surroundings as I have described on a delicate sensitive young creature, a girl with a naturally imaginative temperament leading a lonely neglected life. Is it so very surprising that she should catch the infection of a superstition about her? And is it quite incomprehensible that her nervous system should suffer accordingly at a very critical period of her life?" "Not at all, Mrs. Crayford, not at all, ma'am, as you put it. Still it is a little startling, to a commonplace man like me."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?